What's up, everybody? Welcome back to All Things Nerdy with Nate and Joe. I'm Nate. That's Joe. Today, we have no special guest for y'all. We're going to be talking about an upcoming trip that Joe has to come see me and my wife up here in New York, and kind of what our plans are and what we're going to do and what that week looks like. And then it's kind of a two-part series. So part one will be today, talking about what we're going to do. And then Friday, before Joe gets on the road and heads back home on a 2-day trip, which is crazy to me, we will do an in-person podcast. It will be earlier than normal, but we will do an in-person one. It will be me and him sitting right here having conversations back and forth, talking about what we did, what was fun, what was his favorite kind of thing, what he wishes he could do again, and stuff like that. And I think I just blanked out. I don't know why. But anyways, so it's gonna be a fun episode. I can't wait to get into it. Joe?
Awesome. Yeah, super excited and a little scared at the same time. Definitely excited to come and spend time with Nate. It's been a while, I think, since before you left the States. No, you came and had lunch recently, right? Well, it was a few months ago at this point. Or was it last year?
No, I think it was last year. The last time I've been down that way is November.
Yeah. So time super blends, but it has definitely been too long. And I get to see a new city and have like a travel extraordinaire, like show me around and like kind of I'm at your mercy, man. Like you and Steph, you got the whole family. Like you're taking us along for the ride. I am also very scared that I'm bringing 5 children. Me and the wife are going to be like, me and Nicole are going to be like, help.
Yeah. So, Joe, I will tell you, like, I am much more fly by the seat of my pants kind of person. Steph is the planner. She is the one that is like, let's talk about it. Let's figure out what do we want to do. Let's get a plan together. Let's have some kind of idea. Because if it was up to me on Tuesday, we would wake up and be like, what's everybody feeling? What are we looking at?
Yeah. Oh, we got James. This is New York. Yep.
New York.
And I learned that I need to be more specific when I say that. It is New York City that we're going to, right? Not just New York in general, because New York is actually really big.
Yeah, New York is massive. But actually, no, we're outside of the city. We're on Long Island. So we will have to travel into the city to get into the city.
But we are going into New York City versus like, I don't know, Buffalo or some other random place that's like 6 hours away. And
we're going to hit Manhattan. We're going to hit Brooklyn. I think we're going to hit Brooklyn. I'll have to look back at our itinerary that, we put together. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of the city, which I'm excited because like as an adult, I remember it being like, New York, this is kind of crazy. But like to see the kids be like, I'm excited to see what their take is and how excited they are and stuff like that. Now, herding 5 different fucking kids out the city is going to be a nightmare. Luckily, one of the kids is older.
Yeah. And we've done it on Bourbon Street. I mean, I don't know.
This is not even comparable, bro.
I don't understand how it could not be comparable. Bourbon Street's pretty crazy as far as like just all the stuff that's in your face. Like,
Bourbon Street is just like
here's an anaconda. Do you want to pay to hold it, or that kind of stuff? I don't know, but just the random stuff and how busy it is. But
so Bourbon Street's a little different. There are a lot of people down there, so like walking down Bourbon Street, but it is very much a single like street. It is just one line of road. New York, you're turning right, you're turning left, you're going down this block, you're going down this street, like it's so much. And if you have never been to New York, even if you watch the shows and movies and you kind of see it, you don't fully understand the extent of just how massive this city is. Like, even for me, I've traveled and I've seen and I've looked, like, you do not understand until you are here and you see it.
Yeah, and actually, we got another comment from James. Walking up the stairs out of the subway and not seeing the sky is wild coming from the south. So I guess that is something that we're going to experience because we've already been told that we're going to travel via subway.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I do not have kids, so having a week full of five. Yeah, having a week full of 5 kids is going to be a learning experience for myself and my wife. So I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna work. It's gonna be something different. Luckily, like I said, one of Joe's kids is older. One of the kids is 2, so that's fun. The biggest thing, Joe, that I pointed out to Steph is that your kids are really active. Y'all all go and do karate and kayak and all kinds of things. So like we won't have to be concerned about the kids like being exhausted. I mean they will because it's a lot of steps, but like they won't give out on us.
Yeah, well, I mean, they still are like pretty lazy kids, right? Like they'll be like, "Oh, my feet hurt." They will say that they are tired, but I feel like the excitement will be like so high that they, in the adrenaline from all the newness and stuff like that, that they will probably try to suck it up a little more than like if I go tell them to clean the room, right? Like, oh, my feet hurt, I'm not gonna clean my room. But this is the youngest right here, CK. Say hey, buddy. Can you say hey? You go say hey. Well, and she's being a daddy's baby today, so she wanted to come and join us on the podcast.
We did have a special guest. I lied to everybody.
Yeah, you lied. We have the specialist of guests today. But yeah, so super excited. One thing that I am very excited for is, guys, I asked Nathan to cook for us. Because he's talked about it on here before. He loves to cook, and I was like, I'll pay for all the ingredients if you want to. You don't have to. We prepare us a meal because I know it's something you enjoy, and I would love to enjoy that as well. So now you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I sent Joe some options. I do love to cook. I will say it is not something I've always done. I should have done more of it way back when. I did not. So I kind of dove into it these days. I love cooking now. And so I was like, Joe, we can do this. We can do this. We can do that. But one of the things I started cooking recently is ramen. And I sent Joe a picture because we all watch Naruto. So I sent a group picture of my ramen to like me, Joe, Keaton, and Eli, who we do the panel discussion with anime for. And Joe's like, why don't we do ramen? So my biggest issue with cooking, though, is scaling my food because I usually only cook for me and my wife, right? So I'm not sure proportion-wise how to scale to 9 people. So that's going to be an experience, and it's probably going to be terrible, but we're going to do it.
No way, it's not going to be terrible. Like the pictures that you sent. I mean, I guess I didn't technically get to taste it, but it looked magnificent. The pictures that you sent.
Let's see if I can show a picture to the group here. You just texted to me the other day because I don't even remember it.
But yeah, it looked amazing. Oh yeah, see for all those that are listening later, he is showing a picture of the ramen. It just looks amazing.
But I made that.
James says small batch ramen. But yeah, we're definitely all super excited for some ramen now for sure.
So Joe, out of everything that we've discussed, so let's do this, right? Let's kind of give everybody a breakdown of what we're gonna do, right? And I have it written down. So a breakdown of everything that we're gonna do, what the plans are, and then we'll go into what you're most excited about, what the kids are most excited about, and all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
That works.
Yeah, and then so before we get there, we are splitting the trip. We're driving from Alabama to New York. I think it's total like 14 and a half hours. We are splitting it into 2 days. So we're going halfway and going to go through, let me see, Virginia. Like we're going to stop in Roanoke on the way up there and spend the night there. And then on the way back, we're going to take a different route. And I think we're going to stop in Raleigh. Is that how you say it? Raleigh, North Carolina, and kind of take the coastal route on the way back. So we had two travel days, or I guess 4 travel days in total. 8 hours ish a day with 5 kids. It's gonna be rough, but I mean, hopefully it'll be worth it, right?
It is going to be rough. I could not imagine traveling back-to-back 8-hour days with 5 kids. I'm kind of shocked that you're not going to leave overnight. Like, if it was me and they're like, Nate, you have to travel with 5 kids, what are you going to do? I'm going to be like, kids, go run 10 miles and then come back. And then I would wait till like 8 o'clock at night. I would get on the road. I would get food for everybody. And then I would drive as far as I can until like 6, 7 in the morning. And then I would get a hotel and then I would sleep for, 10 hours, something like that. Let Nicole handle the kids. And then I would be like, all right, kids, go run 10 more miles, get in the car. And then I would drive overnight again.
Just with schedules and stuff, I think we're leaving out midday Sunday and then driving until I guess we get to the hotel that we shout out to Eli, use credit card points to book. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. We've traveled with the kids a lot. This will be the longest we've ever traveled. But we have done like trips to Orlando and we've done trips to Virginia, stuff like that. So we've done longer trips.
So which of the kids is most excited, Joe?
I don't know. Probably the oldest, because I think she truly can kind of understand and appreciate what she's about to see, that kind of stuff.
The magnitude that is New York.
Yeah, the magnitude that is New York. And there was a school trip that was planned. They were like, "Oh, you can't do that. It's like it was like too expensive for one kid," that kind of thing. I was like, "We could all go for that kind of thing." And then we were like, "Well, guess what? We are going." And then also the 7-year-old Bella, she is super excited because it's technically like leading her birthday's the Saturday. So it's going to be kind of like a birthday trip kind of thing. So we're going to pay special attention, get her a little birthday souvenir, that kind of stuff. So she's super excited too.
And we're good for birthdays. So backstory, Joe actually came. So I moved way more than I should. Joe came and visited my wife and I in New Orleans, and it was Lane's birthday, which is the middle kid. And we sang happy birthday, did a whole thing for him. I smoked a brisket. Steph talked Pokemon with this kid for hours, right? And stuff like that. So we do it right for birthdays, to the point that Lane, the brisket that I made was really delicious. Lane still talks about it and stuff like that, which I wish I still had my smoker, because I would be smoking some brisket again.
Yep. And we'll have to, one of the nights we'll have to sing happy birthday. Maybe it'll be birthday ramen. We'll just call it birthday ramen.
Birthday ramen. That means I gotta come through. No pressure. So let's itinerary, and then I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna relate it back to the birthday thing. Give ideas. So Monday night, Joe gets in. It's gonna be, hey, what's up, guys? Here's your sleeping arrangements, and then we're passing out. And then we're going to wake up on Tuesday, and it's going to be more of a rest day because they would have driven, 16 hours the past 2 days. So we're going to stay more local. We're not going to go into the city. We're going to go into a little town called Huntington, and there we'll just kind of walk around their main street. We'll get some milkshakes, probably get some pizza, which is a big thing here in New York, which, people won't agree with this, but I don't understand. It's just reheated pizza. I don't understand why New Yorkers think it's the best thing in the world. It's not. I don't get it. It's not even the best pizza I've had. But whatever, more power to all you New Yorkers who are happy with your reheated specialty slices. Good for you. Anyways, so we will do that. But what I'm thinking is, Joe, if we're in Huntington, maybe we can do a birthday. Oh, and that is going to be when I cook dinner and all that. But maybe we can do some milkshakes or kind of turn that into a birthday thing. So one of the milkshake places in Huntington uses freeze gas that I can't think of the word. But anyways, they put what?
Nitros, is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that. So anyways, they put cream and everything in a bowl, and then they and then it smoke, you see all of it go up into the air and stuff like that. It's really cool. So we can take the kids there, tell them it's a birthday thing, and they do parties and stuff like that. We won't have to do all that, but we can make it a birthday thing. So
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And then Wednesday, we got a big day planned. We're going to get into the city. We're going to do Central Park in Times Square, which for people who are not familiar with New York, Central Park is not like most parks. You don't just casually walk around it in 30 minutes and then you're done. It is a massive park that can take a long time. There's all kinds of things everywhere that you can see and do and stuff like that. And then Times Square on top of that. And then on Thursday, we're going to go back into the city. We're going to hit Chinatown, the Brooklyn Bridge, and Little Italy. And it's going to be stopping in and out of stores. So like Times Square, we're going to hit the M&M store. We're going to hit the toy store that is like really famous. And I think it was featured in Home Alone. Was it Home Alone?
Oh.
My wife's not listening to me. And stuff like that. So Wednesday and Thursday, we will be in the city doing a lot of different things, seeing a lot of different stuff. And then Friday, we're going to do the podcast early in the morning, probably cook some breakfast. We're talking eggs. I might make biscuits from scratch. We'll do pepper gravy and stuff like that. And it depends on how I feel, Joe. After 2 days in the city, I don't know if you're actually going to get that. Plus, sleeping arrangements, depending on how well I actually sleep, will dictate what you get.
Which is to be expected. Plus, it's 5 kids. I don't know if you've ever been contained in a building with 5 kids where you can't escape. But
so I have not. But good news is right down like the street from us. Steph and I walk down to it all the time. There's like a playground. There's 2 different playgrounds like right on the beach. So like they can swing. There's like activity things that they can climb through and do all kinds of stuff. Now Lane and the older one will probably have no desire to do that. They'll probably just want to walk on the sand or whatever. But the little ones will probably actually want to get in there and hang out and play around, and we can just exhaust them before we just go to the house. Now at the house we got all kinds of board games and stuff like that, so I got my Switch. We can pull out like Mario Party and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I mean it sounds action packed and super fun like the whole time.
Yeah. So what's the one thing you're most excited about, Joe?
I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say that it was the ramen. Like I don't know, I'm just a sucker for ramen. Plus, like it's sorry, I was getting a call in, but it's like I don't know, seeing the big city, that kind of stuff. That's not really stuff that I'm interested in, right? Like I like New Orleans just because of the history and the stories behind it, that kind of stuff. But like when it comes to New York, it's like, I mean, it sounds kind of cool, right? But it's more of like the family wants to go, and then I get to go and see you, right? So it's like a win-win for everybody. So like get to go hang out with Nate and get to take the family on a trip to see some stuff that they find super exciting and cool. If I had to pick like a destination for myself, it'd be something away from the hustle and bustle of the city, more like scenic and kind of that kind of stuff. But yeah, super excited anyway.
I will say when I move different places, I try to convince as many people as possible to come see me and like utilize where I live to see whatever city I'm living in. And I think New York is one of those cities you should definitely visit because you don't understand. Like I said earlier, you just don't understand until you see it. And it's just so drastically different and massive. And the people are different, which I've already hated on their pizza, so I won't say anything about the people here. It's hard not to. Anyways, it is a city that you should go and see, and you should make a point to see because it is so different. And while you're here, Joe, like A, I want you to try their reheated pizza, and then B, I want to go to a deli so you can get like a proper pastrami sandwich, because that is one thing that I will give credit to New York for. Their sandwiches here are amazing. They have proper delicatessens. Their sandwiches are good. Like there's a bunch of like really famous ones like Cats and stuff like that, but there's a couple, like there's one right by Grand Central. It's not like high end or anything like that, but you can walk in, order a pastrami sandwich, and it's just so good.
Yeah, that is what I'm excited for too. The different food. I mean, people, like I said, people talk up the pizza, right? So I'm definitely excited to try it. You're kind of giving it a little bit of a bad name, but I love pizza anyway. Like Little Caesars is good to me, and I know that's trash pizza. But I'll eat a whole Little Caesars pizza by myself. I don't care. So my bar for pizza isn't really that high, just because I really like pizza.
So I've had like Detroit style pizza, I've had Chicago style pizza, New York pizza, I've had Italian pizza from Italy and stuff like that. So I've had, and pizza is honestly just not my favorite thing to begin with. But it is one of those things that, like, when it's done well, you can tell that it's good. And I had a pizza in Brooklyn that was pretty good, and it was different. It's like a honey sriracha pizza. It was a specialty pizza, but like for the pizza, it was like $40. No, the pizza is not worth $40. Ridiculous.
Not one pizza.
So when you're here, we were talking about what we want to do for lunch on Tuesday, and Steph's favorite pizza place called Rosa's is in this town that we're going to, and you can order by the slice or the pie, and which I won't get into pizza being a pie or not. I talked to Steph about it earlier, but we won't dive into that. But like that's Steph's favorite place, and you can get like different specialty slices and stuff like that. So you'll get to try some solid, okay pizza. But my biggest issue with New York pizza is like it sits in a window all day because they sell slices, which is nice that you can get specialty pizza slices by the slice versus having to order the whole thing, wait an hour for it. Like in New Orleans, if you wanted a pizza, you had to order the whole pizza and you had to wait for it, and then you go pick it up and all that stuff. Here, you can walk into Rosa's like, hey, I would like one slice of your buffalo chicken, one slice of your chicken bacon ranch, and one slice of your margarita, right?
Yeah.
And now you got 3 slices of 3 different pizzas, and it took 5 minutes. But the flip side of that is somebody who is a food snob, and I'm openly admitting to being a food snob, right? Like, that pizza sits in that window until it is gone, right? So they will take the cooked pizza, put it back into the oven to heat it up, and then you get it. You are essentially ordering reheated pizza.
You don't enjoy a good slice of pizza like the next morning? Like you've never like woken up the next day after eating, some pizza and reheated it up?
No, the only exception to that is Steph makes a really good Greek yogurt pizza crust. And we did a breakfast Greek yogurt pizza crust the other day. It was a Greek yogurt pizza crust, which is just Greek yogurt and flour, right? But we did peppered gravy for the base as like the sauce, and then hot sausage and eggs, and then drizzled with like pepper gravy on top of it. Now that was delicious the next morning, reheated. I actually took it for lunch as well. So that I can do, but that's because I enjoy. Oh, it had scrambled eggs on it also. That is because I enjoy all of those things. Whereas pizza, I'm much more in the moment pizza. I want it fresh. I want it right then. I don't want it reheated. I don't want to put it back in the oven. I don't want any of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of a pizza snob. So being able to go somewhere and try a bunch of their different varieties sounds really awesome.
What's your ideal pizza, Joe? Like craziest pizza you've had? We should have just made this whole episode about pizza.
Right. I don't know. Craziest pizza I've had. The one that stuck out to me the most is just like one that was like a hamburger pizza, and I didn't know. I just kind of grabbed it. It was like a buffet. I didn't know, so just grabbed it and I started eating it, and I was like, why do I feel like I'm eating a Big Mac right now? Like,
that feels like a CC's pizza kind of thing that you had. Was it?
Yeah, I can't. It was one of those places where like they have the crazy flavors and stuff like that. I think it was CC's or something like that. But it just stuck out to me because it was like I started eating it and I was like, I'm eating a hamburger right now. I'm not eating a piece of pizza. So it was like one of those brain trick things. Because I think it had mustard on it too, and some kind of other sauce and hamburger meat, that kind of stuff. So I was like, this is not pizza, but I think that's the one that sticks out as like the craziest one that I've ever eaten. But I'm pretty much down to try like any kind of pizza. Love a good buffalo pizza with like buffalo drizzle on it, like just chicken buffalo or barbecue pizza.
Okay, you're gonna love Rosa's.
Pizza's so versatile. You can put anything on it, and it's still good. I don't know. Yeah. Even pineapples for all you haters out there. I love pineapples on pizza.
Pineapple and ham's okay. I got to be in a very specific mood for it, though, right? Like, that is not something I just openly love. I got to be in a very specific mood. But so you will love Rosa's, right? When we do that. So Tuesday it'll be Rosa's. Tuesday night it'll be ramen. And then in the city, we can't really come back for like lunch and stuff because once we come back, we are back. So we will have to like pick a spot in the city to do lunch each day. But in Chinatown, we can do Chinese. When we're in the city, we can do like a delicatessen on Wednesday.
Okay.
So you specifically asked for like Chinatown and Little Italy. What was it about those that you wanted to go see?
Chinatown is actually the 12-year-old. She wants to see the Hello Kitty place store, I think. So she was super excited about that. She's very big into Hello Kitty right now. I actually have one of her drawings out there that she recently did of Hello Kitty. I'm gonna go grab it so you see it really quick. 1 second.
All right. So Steph, something Joe did not tell us is Chinatown. We have to go to the Hello Kitty store. So I'm glad we're having this conversation.
I said it like when I said Chinatown because the Hello Kitty store, but she drew a little Hello Kitty. It says Megamon version, but she's really into Hello Kitty right now, so that's why we were like, we got to Chinatown and see that. I think the other one, Little Italy, is just because like it's another like you can go to different places in New York. Like you could be in China, but in New York, and like there's a place that you can be in Italy, but in New York. So it's more of just like I want to see it. You know?
Yeah. Well, Little Italy, I think they have a lot of like specialty food places too that are throwback to, you know, the homeland and stuff like that. So I think you can get pretty decent like some pasta and macaroons are French, aren't they? Are they Italian? There's a place down. I mean, there's a bunch of places, but you can get like really good like macaroons. And there is a dessert place that Steph's dad took Steph and I to the first time we came to the city. I'll have to ask what it is, but we might be able to go there if we're close to it. But it'll be an experience. I can't wait to get you on the subway. You get to see all the weird, crazy people and shit like that. Like overall, it's going to be a really, really good time. So I am nervous about the kids.
Yeah, I was contemplating getting leashes for just like strapping them all around like my belt loop or whatever. It's like make sure they can't get snatched off or my son doesn't see something and just like decide to walk away and never to be seen again kind of thing.
So I will tell you, as a person who does not have kids, I'm not used to having to keep an eye on like little human beings, you know. So like that responsibility cannot fall on me. Like you will have to like corral them and keep them. I don't think anybody's gonna like snatch your kids. I hope that I've never seen it happen, right? But usually I guess the aftermath commotion is big, but like in the moment, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, that person's snatching a kid.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, you are definitely gonna be in charge of like keeping
Yeah. No, that's Steph. Like Steph has this down. That's like she's her whole past profession, right? Like she's got a degree in it and everything, right? Like she's got experience with kids.
Bro,
like,
Steph will keep up with one kid, one. And that's only if that one kid is like talking to her about something like she's interested in, like playing with Pokemon. But other than that, like you can't be like Steph, like where are the kids? Steph's be like, I don't know. She don't have kids either. So just because she used to be a teacher, she's not even a teacher anymore, right? Just because she used to be a teacher does not mean that like she's watching kids.
No. See, it doesn't work like that because I used to work at Verizon, but I have to still fix like everyone's phone issues. So I feel like it's the same. It's the same thing, right?
It is not. No, I think she has lost her teacher skills. Now she can. I've seen her hit that teacher voice though. No, you know. Now that she's got, like, if they get unruly and crazy, she'll be like, "Hey, now, you know, I'm gonna bust that ass. You don't get over here." You know, she might hit him with one of those, but I don't know. Now, me for sure, I'm gonna be like these little hoodlums.
It's like get back away. I mean, we got a range, right? We got Melody, the oldest, the teenager. She'll probably have her AirPods in most of the time and not just kind of zoned out, just enjoying like the world for herself kind of thing. Addie can be a toss up. Either she's going to be just sticking with Melody or she's going to kind of do the same thing where she's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. Lane, just like in New Orleans, he's gonna talk to somebody about something.
That's why I said one. I really feel like Lane and Steph are gonna, hit it off, talk about Pokemon again. So Joe, I seen that game, Summoner's War. Steph's playing it heavy right now. You need to get into it, and then her and Lane can talk about that too. But that's why I said Steph can go for one.
I did download it and I started got through the tutorial, that kind of thing, jogging my memory a little bit, but I haven't done much after that. So, but you got your I clicked the link that you sent, so you got your referral bonus or whatever.
Well, no, you have to hit certain levels. I don't just get it. Like you gotta earn it, Joe. So I need you to get on there and earn it. So
Gotta go and earn it.
yeah. But so that's one thing. Like, and Steph is doing a development boot camp and just developed a Pokedex for the top 150. Well, not top, the first 150 or 151 or whatever it is, Pokemon. So she just brushed up. I don't know if Lane's still big into the Pokemon world, but if he is, Steph's all day. She's still Pokemon Goes and all that.
Oh yeah. Oh, Pokemon Go is gonna be crazy. I bet you open up the map and it's just stuff everywhere.
I've never opened it up around the city, so I have no idea.
Well, I haven't played it in a while. I go through phases where I like play it really heavily for a little bit and then just drop it for 6 months. But I'm definitely gonna open it in New York so I can at least see what it looks like. Because out here, you open it at my house, you're gonna have to drive 5 miles down the road to even get one, and it's gonna be at some random church. Then you can go into Birmingham and get them at the botanical gardens and stuff. But yeah, I bet in the city in New York City it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is. Even just like here, like driving around, Steph's not driving; she's riding. Just for everybody watching, right? But she'll pull it up, and there'll be constant things, constant battles and events, and all kinds of stuff happening and going on. So there's a lot of times she'll be like, "Nate, let me see your phone." Next thing I know, I've re-downloaded Pokemon Go, and she's using my people to go fight stuff and things like that. So
as it should be.
Yeah.
I bet Central Park is gonna be wild for Pokemon Go. I bet there's so much.
I guess knowing that y'all are coming, I should go ahead and make sure I have it downloaded, turn the location on, update it, and stuff like that. Because I assume that is something that we will do, especially while we walk around like Central Park, is just kind of have that up, and it gives you a reason to walk,
Yeah, walk around, do some gym raids, that kind of stuff. It'd be kind of cool.
How many steps do you think you will get on Wednesday and Thursday?
If you're talking as much, I mean, it's going to be at least what is it, 10,000, right? I would think.
Oh, easy. I'm thinking closer to like 18 to 20,000.
That 18 to 20 is how much you were walking daily when you're in Europe. So do you think it's going to be close to that? I mean, at least we won't be climbing mountains and stuff like you were, but
it'll be pretty level. But you got to like walk to where you're going, walk to the subway. You got to walk to get to where you're going. And you got to think. So like Wednesday morning, we wake up. So he plays Pokemon. Don't let him fib to you. Him and his wife play as well. So he's just out here, throwing shade for no reason.
Yeah, Brandon's like, ew, nerds play Pokemon. Be quiet, Brandon. You're a nerd.
You're a nerd.
This podcast is literally called All Things Nerdy. We're all nerds here.
But Joe, so say we're out of bed at like 8:39. I don't know what time y'all usually get up. I'm being, generous here. Steph can sleep in, but I'm usually out of bed 7:38, depending. And say we get up, we all get ready. We're ready to go 9:30, say 10 at the latest. We travel hour and a half, get to where we're going, all that good stuff. We're going to be there moving, shaking, making things happen all day. So you're talking a consistent, probably 7-8 hours of moving.
I mean, it's like what is it? In Finding Nemo, just keep swimming. As long as you don't stop, that's when you stop. That's when you're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah,
your feet get tired. Yeah.
But so, Joe, I do believe that Wednesday and Thursday will probably come to an end because the kids are like, we're tired and ready to go home.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to bet, like that's most likely what will happen. Like.
Also, like y'all having to carry around a two-year-old, are you gonna have like a stroller? What does that look? Do 2-year-olds go in strollers? Do they walk around themselves? What does that look like?
She can walk. I mean, you saw her walking here a minute ago.
Yeah, but like not
I'll probably carry her most of the time.
Dude, you don't have like a front pack or like a back carry thing?
We have one, but I don't think she would let me just. Like she's gonna want to like at certain times like get down and walk and hold my hand. Like she's good. She's very like independent and like, hey,
how much does a 2-year-old weigh?
I don't know, 20, 30 pounds, maybe.
Ain't no way you carry that 2-year-old all damn day, Joe. Even if she gets down for small spurts of like running around like a madman, there is no way you carry that 2-year-old for the rest of the time.
I'll just hand her to you. Eventually she'll warm up to you and be like, Nate, hold the baby.
Joe, there ain't no way we split the duties. Joe, I think you're underestimating the amount of time that we're going to be out moving and going.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. That's what it is. Dad power. Look,
No.
when we.
That's nonsense. Dad power, no. I mean, maybe it's a thing, right? Like, sure. I will say, like, I can like lift and all that, and I'm decently strong. I'm not like anything to write home about. But like holding a child is like a different muscle. Like my arms get so tired. I'm like, oh my God, like please take this kid back away from me. Like my arms are tired. My back starts to hurt. All kinds of different things. Because I just don't ever like I don't have like little kids that just constantly pick up. But dude, Joe, there ain't no way. I'm glad we're talking about this. I think you are drastically underestimating how long of a day trip these are going to be. The amount of movement that this is going to require. And see, like you need to bring something to be able to put that 2-year-old in. The other kids, like they can walk, they might complain a little bit, they might get tired, but that you are not going to be able to carry them all day. Steph, comment if you agree.
Steph not saying anything?
Well, Steph's looking at her phone. She's playing freaking games right now and not listening. I'm going to throw something at her.
But no, I mean, I'll probably bring the carrier that we have. But
she said her commenting is not working, but she 100% agrees with everything I said.
I don't believe it. I have to hear her see it.
Steph, come be a special guest on the podcast and speaking to the mic. Here she's walking over, Joe.
Oh,
tell Joe that you agree with everything that I'm saying.
100%. Just trying to micromanage your trip and telling you to bring it.
Bro, I'm going to tell you, bring something. I don't know what kind of carrier you got, but preferably a carrier that like straps versus like holding, or something that pushes. Those are your two options. You definitely have to have that.
Yeah, I don't want to bring anything we have to push, because then we got to get it on subways, and if she's not in it, we got to carry it around. Just be too aggravating.
It is a lot, yeah.
But
I think a pack. Yeah. Do they make a pack that you can fit a 2-year-old in?
Yeah, we have a baby.
He doesn't want a stroller.
Yeah, we have a baby carrier that I think she'll fit.
Well, see, I can help with that. Even like I can put on a pack, and like I can hold a backpack for some of the time. So like if your back starts to hurt, I'll be like, bro, but we will bring I will also have a backpack that is like a snack bag, water, and stuff like that, because every time the kids get hungry, we're not gonna be like, oh, let's go into this deli and spend $80, you know. It's gonna be like, hey, here's a snack, little kid. Now go away. Yeah. So I will have like a snack bag, but we can swap off. Like, you know, I'll take the baby for a little bit. You can carry the snack bag and so on and so forth. But also, like, I'm not good with like crying babies.
I might just have to share willpower the first day just to prove you wrong that I can do it. And then the second day, like tag out with Nicole and stuff. But just sheer, like, I'm going to show you dad power just because you said I couldn't. Well, Brandon comes in. I'm used to carrying Nate on everything we do. Just hire me.
I'm a Croy.
Oh man,
I have a lot that I want to say that I'm not gonna say. You know, I don't want to bring up like Call of Duty. I don't want to bring up me carrying you in Hell Divers, right? Like, you know, if it wasn't for me, think about all the bugs that would have taken over the planets. Dude, what about the mines? Like me successfully navigating every mine trap that you put down, carry me nowhere. Nothing.
Oh man, but man, it looks like we are over time though. Sorry, it's at 3:09, so we ran a little over the typical time. No. Is there any last minute anything else you want to say before we jump off and wrap up, and then come back next week for like how did it go? Was I able to carry CK for the whole 8 hours on the first day?
You were not.
How was the food? That kind of stuff.
Okay, so just I do want to state for the podcast, Joe's guess was 10,000 steps. So we will talk on Friday. Did we hit 10K steps? The answer is going to be yes. What steps did we actually hit? And then also, I will leave everybody with New York pizza is overhyped and it's not as good as everyone says it is. That's it.
And just to add a controversial air, pineapple is great on pizza. So see y'all later. Have a good weekend.
See y'all. Thanks for listening. Thanks.